Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. And today, as you can see, I'm still continuing my Disney movie marathon where I'll be talking about the movies, obviously, the shorts, or I don't know, whatever the case may be. If it's related to Disney in any shape or form, then there's a good chance I'm talking about it. So, okay, I just watched something from the Disney Plus, so I just figured I'll just talk about something again. It's a short, so I've been talking about a lot of these shorts anyway, so yeah, it's Terrifying Tales from Lego Star Wars. I haven't reviewed anything of Star Wars lately, and oh boy, I kind of wish I could have just maybe picked something else because I was dragging my feet on this. It was horrible. I was supposed to have reviewed this a while ago. Ugh. I mean, granted, I'm kind of using this as an excuse to talk about something Halloween related because I like Halloween. I mean, I know it's too late to go already because Halloween's over. Yeah, I know. I see what you mean. I get you. But still, I want to talk about more spooky stuff. Or spooky themed, I guess, in this case. Oh, whatever. Ugh, it was so bad. And, oh, what's happening here? Oh, what's happening? Mr. Monkey, you're here, aren't you? Oh, there you are. Yep. Hey, leave that alone. Don't mess with that, man. Hey, leave that alone. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, you just grabbed that. Oh, you're just making a mess. And, what? Oh, you just tossed it. You made a mess. Yeah, well, let's talk about the plot, I guess. Whatever. Anyway, in this movie, you get to see BB-8 and, of course, Poe and Dean. They must face their fears, of course, and have to pretty much stop this evil from rising and just make sure they do the good thing, of course, and escape to make it back to their friends, obviously. And that's the general idea of this, of course. We see Jabba the Hutt and Vader. Yeah, they're in here for like a quick moment, I guess you would say. I guess they were supposed to be the bad people and whatnot. Anyway, but what I didn't like here is that, I'm not going to be one of those people that are going to say that, oh, Disney ruined my childhood. Okay, first of all, you just stuck in the past for saying that. And second of all, I was actually old before, way long before this. I was actually quite an adult when the first Star Wars movie came out back in the 70s. Because, like I said multiple times before, I am over 100 years old. So this is not a stab towards the Disney Star Wars trilogy or any of those Star Wars related stuff that Disney had made. So that's not why. Okay, I'm not saying this blows just because Disney made it. Okay, I'm not saying that. All right. Obviously, I'm more merit in this really than just on a surface level. But for me personally, they just came off way too goofy. It just came off really silly, and especially this come out. It's supposed to have some dark moments and whatnot. So, if anything, this makes it me really difficult for me to actually take this seriously because uh, it's silly and it's awful. It just comes off. It's just nothing more than a cash grab. It lasts about maybe 44 minutes, but it feels a lot longer, really, because there's nothing of importance in the grand scheme of things, really. It was nothing funny. It was pretty boring, and it was so unoriginal, really. And I just didn't like the fact that they had to put into such a style and whatnot. Whatever, I don't know. I mean, it's supposed to be spooky, right? And it wasn't. It's supposed to be Halloween themed, but they failed to do that as well. Eh, okay, what's going on now? Okay, what are you doing? Oh, now are you smoking? Okay, now you're smoking. All right, Mr. Monkey. I just toss it to the side. Okay, whatever. You'll flip me off again. But anyway, like we're saying, folks, obviously I didn't like this. I did not like how this was done. I mean, ultimately, it's just playing cash grab, a Lego style movie. Like a lot, just it's pointless. It feels like there's no soul to it, really, because it just seems like we're just done in a quick. I mean, I know there's maybe some time restraints to do some of the things, sure, but at least try, at least attempt to do something. No, I just no. I don't get it. I did not get what we're trying to do here, like at all. It just came off way too silly, and ultimately also it just seems like it felt rushed as well. They're trying to get from point A to point B to point C in like 2 seconds, and like 2 seconds flat. I know it's short, But you could at least even paste stuff here, which you didn't. Hey, what are you doing? You leave that there. I say leave that there. And you grabbed it. Christ. Stop stealing stuff. But anyway, like I was trying to say, so let me just wrap it up here. But it just came out like really over the top in a lot of ways. It just felt outlandish. And I mean, as long as it was a good story, I guess that's how that shouldn't matter really. I guess you can say. Just thought the way it was executed was sloppily done. I didn't like the animation too much, which is kind of weird to say that because Disney is known for the great animation. But the animation here with the Lego style stuff came off rather choppy to some extent, I guess, from here and there. I mean, I could at least excuse it a little bit if the stories here were good. They have like a thing here and whatnot with several characters, of course. And Mr. Monkey, what are you doing in the post office? Get a job. Oh, you're just spazzing out again. Oh, whatever. I hope you embarrass yourself. I'm gonna, whatever. Just go and get. Go and get. I mean, really. Oh, boy. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. A little. Anyway, like I was saying, folks, it just seemed juvenile. This entire thing just seemed very juvenile in the grand scheme of things because of the fact that they're clearly trying to aim for a specific audience, really. But said specific audience also see the more darker stuff. It's just going to throw them off. Because they're going to be thinking that that's how it's always been, like really like this, very childlike. And I mean, it's already bad enough that people out there aren't taking Star Wars seriously because something like this. A lot of people out there are already under the impression that it's just for kids and it's nothing for kids. This isn't helping. This is not helping to repair that reputation that these films have. Oh, it's just kids. Kids. Nothing more for kids. This isn't helping. Like, at all. It's not helping at all. Oh, boy. And I'm not saying that some kids can't handle certain situations in film. Sure, I mean, yes, there are some kids out there that are more smart than others. I'll give them that. Sure, not every kid is stupid. There are some kids out there that are actually really bright. I'll give them that. Sure, I'm just saying. Oh boy.
Let's head into the volcano. Instant death.
Try to relax your shoulders.
Yes, of course. There's going to be plenty of slapstick, really kiddie humor. So there's that. But I mean, if you have kids, I guess you could put it on for them. I guess. Sure, whatever. I mean, they may like it. I guess little kids may like it. Sure. But anyway, I much rather watch the Star Wars sequel trilogy. I mean, yes, the Star Wars sequel trilogy may have some humor too, sure, and all the other Star Wars films. Whether they succeed or not, that kind of depends on what joke you're referring to. I mean, they're not always going to be hits, sure. But I much rather watch the sequel trilogy. I like those. Those were actually pretty decent. Even though the fan base want to consider them as non-canon, but whatever. So I'm not going to be one of those people that's trying to be toxic either, alright? I'm going to give anything a chance. And yes, I know I'm seem to be giving Star Wars a hard time because most of these films, I'm ranting about them. But there's some movies I did like, just throwing it out there. Anyway, I'll give this film an overall rating of a 4.8 out of 10. It gets a 4.8 out of 10 from me. But as always, thanks for watching. Take care. I'm not going to Wendy's. Again. Oh boy. Now I've gained a few pounds because of this. Oh boy, just. Wow. Okay. Whatever. Thanks for watching, folks. I guess later. I guess. Whatever.
Bummer. I don't know why you cut off the mullet, but it really doesn't make a difference. No one's ever behind you anyway.